All right, so here we are at the silk level. Silk was mentioned earlier as a resource that was unobtainable, so now we will fix that at Erlitou. We will also introduce rich people because we can't just make silk for others. If we're going to make silk, we need to enjoy it ourselves, right? We also get, look at these. Aren't they so cool? A nice little desirability bump. Plus, I think this looks better than. Well, if you try and do this without doing that, there's like a gap that you have to fill in with gardens, but that just looks worse, I think. So, anyways, I'll just got a roadblock there, and then place down a residential wall. Open that up. Market Square. Get a food shop. So then, I'll go like that. Inspector will go right there. And then there we go. That's a much better road. But this can only work for one type of food. I need a second. And then place down a residential wall to keep them from having to look at a mill. Because everyone knows that if you see a mill, then it's just over. Your life has been ruined by this fact. And then, yes, we are returning to just wheat on the fields. So we will have to import if we want a third type of food. It is what it is. Not much that I can really do about it. However, what I will do is send the only gift I can at the moment to all of these people, particularly Banpo, because since we were Banpo before, I don't actually know what Banpo would like to import aside from Jade. Because I don't think I did import anything aside from Jade. So if that carries over, then well, I'm not really sure they would have very much. Is that? Hmm. Oh, unemployment is rising, is it? Okay, connect that up a bit, just to provide a shorter route for the wheat. And then, let's see. Oh yes, silk. Right, I should get started with that. Let's see. I'm not sure exactly how big of an area we're looking at. Okay. So, roughly similar to other farm types. Don't accept that. Actually, no, I'll reserve this for ceramics. And I will put... There we go. Okay. Store silk and raw silk. Make sure there's at least some room. And then how much unemployment do I have? Not enough, but it's a rather easy fix. Anyways, send request, open trade, because I can sell silk and ceramics. Sell ceramics and probably not hemp, to be honest. Maybe do the jade, carved jade thing over here. Ah, yes. Silk. I don't remember if I already requested trade with them. I forgot. And then now I will provide the shrine. So they'll go walk around. We already do have bland food, so now plus the shrine. And there's the envoys.
The people have not been paying proper respect to their ancestors. Our city may suffer misfortune.
Yeah, they're contented. I think it's just the coverage that they're complaining about, but hey, that's what you are for. I hired you to change that, not to complain about it. Anyways, we've got room for a whole bunch more people that will fix the workforce shortage. People are arriving.
There are plenty of opportunities for honorable labor in this city.
I feel uneasy about moving to a new city.
You worry too much. I think we'll prosper here.
Yeah, I do think those little walkie people, I do think they have good voice acting. Just, I think the mission intro is more questionable voice acting, but let's see, where's a good spot to grow some hemp? Up here? No. This is a, this place up here is reserved for future developments, let's call them. Okay, I did forget to open trade here, but okay, that's fine. Do I have room for hemp? I mean, I will have to grow it. No festival this year? Yeah, we can't afford it. And by afford it, I mean we just don't have entertainers. Not much point without a good venue. Well, no, we have the venue, but like there would be no one at the venue. Anyways. Silk Harvest has not come in yet, and I don't have the people yet to make ceramics, and I don't have the money to justify importing jade at the moment. But I will have the people for ceramic. Oh, I do. Okay, 18% unemployment. Yeah. I can already start to justify killing it up. 2, 3. And then 4. And then what does that make the unemployment? Workers needed. More people will keep pouring in. But what I should do is it's this place, right? And this place. I'll place down Mudu first. If I just can find a good spot for it. Let's see. Okay. Employees are needed. Yeah, that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Okay. Sell off what we can, boys. The city exists, but it is not turning a profit yet. And that's bad. We do need money. I'll store some hemp in these storage yards. Okay, they're still contented. Okay, they're not going to mess with me out of spite and boredom, basically. Okay. Still in the first year. We don't even have our first harvest in yet. In fact, people are already heading out, it seems like. Yeah, it turns out fishing is not as good as hunting. And if I want to import millet, that consumes a lot of money. Instead of workers and money, it just consumes money. So it is expected that it would be expensive. And up here, I could maybe fit a hemp farm, but I don't want to mess with the pandas. Just in case. I'm going to let the guys be, okay? In real life, they've been through enough of Chinese cities chopping down their trees to farm or whatever. So maybe I should just refrain from doing that to them. Maybe that would be for the best. Let's see, what's the problem here? Oh, it thinks there's going to be It thinks there's going to be rice and millet. Oh, you, you're serious? Like, you really think that? Um, anyways, let's see. I can't really check the finance screen right there, but I can check the finance screen here. And, okay, I have lost money. I can't see revenue. But the food stores are incredibly good because the harvest just happened. Okay. Let's follow the pottery. Slightly alter the walkway and get a little more fish. We do need fish until the money flows, but the money just isn't flowing. But hey, ceramics and silk will begin to be sold. Let's see how much money we're going to make from this. Let's call it 1,000. Let's call it 1,000. We have almost recovered from all spending of the year, which includes placing buildings. What about the hemp harvest? Okay, the hemp harvest has come in, and it is time to distribute. Yes, employees are needed, but that is just part of the process. Once I get employees, I can begin carving jade. Now, how much silk have I produced? 4 plus 4, okay. I've produced enough silk, I'm pretty sure. So then I just need to complete my objectives. Elite housing. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Well, first I'll wait for a bit of unemployment. I will need workers after all. Neglected, I'll break some pottery. That's fine. Let's see, okay, we still have hemp. We still have tier 2 food, okay. Okay. No festival because the entertainers... But they are here. What? Oh well. Banpo, if I really have a silk excess, I can sell. This was probably a waste of money, to be honest. But there is no need to place down storage for the jade carvers for the simple fact that it's just going to get deposited straight into the exports. So, no point doing that. I buy 6 units. I buy 600 jade. Sure, Himadu. Sure, whatever. I buy jade, process it. Each should use up about 200 bits of jade. By the time the seller, well, by the time I'm ready to sell, we should have processed 200 each. That should work. Appetizing food, that would require imports. And, I don't really feel like doing that. Sorry, Bampo, but you're apparently lucrative millet trade. Seriously, that is the only... Well, I assume carved jade is also an export that's going on. It's just... There's zero value to it other than, well, selling it. So there's no point in me being able to buy it. It's just something you flip. But yeah, that's not quite as important. So I'm gonna do likes me. Okay. Let's see. How do I want to do this? Well, first, I'll just build roads and see if I can make this work. I can. I need how many in the fish one? Okay. Not desirable enough. Okay, fine. Take another one of those. What am I now? Still not. Oh, because it needs hemp. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll just demolish that for the time being, so I'm not paying for it. I suppose I could farm up here. This would sort of be a... shall we call it a lore-friendly way of my people figuring out there's copper up there, and then trying to figure out what that copper does. Let's see.
I sell. You buy. You buy.
Stop trying to sell over there. It is a good problem to have too much food that I can't even store it all. This makes me happy. But the harvest is coming in of hemp. I don't imagine up here got much of a harvest, but that's it. Well, let's see. What's the alignment of this wood? I see why it would like to be placed over here, but what if? Maybe like this would be better? Let's see. No, I'm not placing it there. This would work. Right, I didn't consider if the housing would have the required desirability. Right, did not factor that in. Should have factored that in. And then I'm not entirely sure if they need an herbalist, but probably couldn't hurt to provide one anyways. And then, they need a well? Probably not. Okay. Level that up a bit. Food. Hemp. Ceramic. Silk. And then a whole bunch of gardens. I do need lavish, so I do need to import food. Okay. Okay, so I'll need a place to fit food. $24, $32. Okay. Okay, so over here, if we have spares, we can go appetizing. But otherwise, we'll try and reserve the appetizing for over here. And then it's not the most ideal for this type of game because this type of game likes blocks just because of how they walk around. But I mean, hey, it's the wealthy. I think if anyone can afford to be a little picky, they can. Right? Although I will say, if I was to just completely ignore the feng shui, I could have completely done this much easier. Could have fit in more than 4. But I think 40 is telling me that if I just get appetizing food, I don't think I actually need I do have to level them up once, so I do need the appetizing food, but after that, I don't think I need to build more than just these houses. I think that's what's being implied. So, let's just wait for them to get the food.
I sell, you buy, you buy.
Okay, they're selling everything but food.
I hate working in the family business. Maybe I should just run off and become an acrobat. If you want to eat dragon meat, you'll have to go ahead and get it yourself. And keep your hands out of my food baskets.
Okay. I'm sure her assistants, her grumpy assistants, have figured out this whole appetizing food thing. So I'll leave them to it. And just to be on the safe side, I'll find a place to fit some acrobats. Even if it's not strictly necessary. What element even is it? Element of rock? Really? It's earth? I have spare workers I can throw away. Just double check to make sure. Okay, no feng shui got ruined. That's good. I'm not entirely sure what it does, but it probably makes these people happy to have it. Okay, yeah, they also need acrobats. Start training up some of those. After all, the kids yearn for the acrobat school. They probably have no idea what that means, though, to train to become an acrobat. Otherwise, they would not be asking for it. But
I've had better fortune, I've had worse.
okay. Meat fried rice. Well, the meat is fish. The rice is piled up in bags. And I don't know what the wheat's used for in the meat fried rice, but I imagine that it's involved. So I won't make too big a problem out of it. Oh, right. How could I forget? Ancestral Shrine, which is Element of wood. Right. Erlitou, it's just some silk. You don't have to glaze that hard, okay? Calm down. What even is the feng shui of this spot? You know what? What if I do that? No, that doesn't work. Okay. Hopefully these are water. Okay. Maybe I'm just not walling enough. Let's see. Does that help? No. Okay, I cannot just wall off bad feng shui. Okay. Or maybe I'm just not walling enough. No? No? Okay. It really is not a wall problem. Is it the gardens? Did I place so many gardens? It just started counting as wood? Because of all the plant stuff? Is that what happened? There we go, lavish. It needs tasty, but... I am not importing millet. Unemployment is pretty high, and I don't really have a whole lot of space to do anything else with them. So... Fine, I'll buy millet. I'll give you fish just to empty this out for some millet. Because it looks like, it would take a whole lot of effort. Actually, wait. What if? No? Why? That's clearly tree. There's clearly tree right there. Does that not count? Oh. Oh. Oh, never mind, never mind. Wait this back. Okay, I just need people to walk up and just claim they're waiting home. And then mission over. Now, there is a lot of food, but that's mostly because, well... $150 people on agriculture. out of 470 employed workforce. And that's just on the farms. I don't know if these count as agriculture. Maybe they do. Because they're in the tab. Maybe that's how it's done, by tab. But, okay, just walk up. Just walk over there. You need ceramics to level up? Well, I don't need you to level up. The map is too small for that. Maybe I could use this over here, but again, no bridge. Well, not again, because I never talked about it, but there's just no bridge. So I can't go over there. And it's not like I need a bigger map. There's not enough jade for more jade carvers. More silk, I guess?
You have done well. With your guiding hand, the town of Erlitou is off to a most auspicious start. Fine silk from its talented weavers adorns the town's elite and is also making a name for itself throughout the region. Riches are flowing into the town's coffers.
But that is true. That is true. After the initial big urges, a lot of money did come in. I also got Humudu as an ally for just a bit of silk. So it's sort of a meta thing. You could imagine that, certain city-states start to work together, and then maybe eventually they figure out a sort of a confederation thing, and then there we go. There's this dynasty, and then it all falls apart and gets conquered in the next one. Oh well. At least we got paid.